All right, chapter 18, Edge of 17. This is one of my favorite chapters, so buckle up and blast off, and here we go. Chapter 18, Edge of 17. A bottle of whiskey, American spirits, and a big mouth getting me in trouble again. You can take the girl out of the trailer park, but you can't take the trailer park out of the girl. Mr. Shadows, December 31st, 2020. On the last night we would see each other, New Year's Eve, we danced, laughed, and sang. It was a night that you will always remember, a night that felt like home. It was something that I had been praying for. I missed my family, and laughing our troubles away. Whiskey talks about life, love, and everything in between. And in my head, this was the last time I would see Mr. Shadows. Why? Because I knew that my real personality would come out, the original Stacy Day. She is wild, carefree, and does not care what you think of her, because I'm here to dance, laugh, and release, a side of me that my husband does not like. When he sees me acting like this, I always must leave the party. I did not want to leave. Leaving would mean to leave a safe place. At this party, I was fresh off of running off with my old friend, and it was shaky ground, one step at a time. When Edge of 17 by Stevie Nicks started to play, I was done. Just like a wandering dove sings like a song, sounds like she's singing. Oh, baby, oh, so. Trying to hold back my tears as my memory of my old friend resurfaced. This time that memory was here in a room that looked like the rooms we grew up in, watching a man that was my best friend dancing like he would, begging me to dance with him just like my old friend. Then my heart and stomach started flipping. I am here with my husband, and I stared at his baby face as he was watching pull away from him. My physical body is sitting next to him. However, my mind and heart were backing slowly to the door. Private conversations on the porch to Mr. Shadows, revealing to him my history with my old friend, helping everyone understand why this is so hard. At the end of the night, the whiskey in my veins helped me to see myself sitting at a table with the three men that I loved. Blame it on the psychological break or the bottle of whiskey I drank. Blame it on the psychological break or the bottle of whiskey I drank. So blame it on the psychological break or the bottle of whiskey I drank. In this delusion, I saw my old friend and Mr. Shadows. I saw my fire buddy and my new friend. Then across me sat the love of my life, my husband, the father of my only child, my high school sweetheart, along with all those sweet titles in my heart he holds. There are a few others that have caused me a lot of pain, but those titles keep stealing the frame, making it harder for me to refocus on the good. This was my first psychosis, and it was really terrible. We'll talk more about psychoses as we go on. My heart breaks because my warm, fuzzy feelings for him are fading. Harder and harder to find the joy in our relationship, simply going through the motions. He knows it, I know it, everyone around us can see what we will not admit to ourselves. It is over. Our love is gone, the marriage is unrepairable. And as I stared at him that night, I knew that I was going to break his heart. He will never let me go. He loves me too much to just release me. The first big scar early in our relationship was not healing. My bitterness is feeling brave tonight. We kept falling out of love with each other. My sadness fills my eyes when I know I am sabotaging my marriage on purpose. Everyone warned me that this would happen, that I would not be able to forgive him for his sins against me as a young girl. Sitting in a room with boys that remind me that I'm still alive, resentment was boiling. Resentment that I did not get my chance. My subconscious wants to hurt my husband the way he hurt me all those years ago. And that night I was angry, confused, bitter, sad, happy, joyful, wasted. I just found out that the boy I used to love felt the same way for the entire time. It was a lot to unpack, and see what is different from the notebook in our story is that neither of us thought that we were good enough. The entire time we were all that we wanted, and we could have had each other if we weren't so stubborn, insecure, and had such a huge self-doubt. The more I thought about it, the rowdier I was getting. Sitting at the party, I thought about this time I ran into my old friend at the festival during the summer. Our chemistry was still there, and all I wanted to do was run to the alley with him chase after him, chase after me, and I did not. I made up some pretty story to make sure that he knew he missed his chance. And now I'm 31 years old and honestly was mad that I did not take my shot. Why should I have not? My husband used to give all of his love away over and over for years, and I forgave him over and over. And now all I could think about was that my dream journal old friend likes me back. Whiskey was reminding me that this is not over. Looking at Mr. Shadows with whiskey goggles, I felt like I was melting into my old friend. Our legs wrapped, just friends, don't worry. Head and back scratches, just friends. My husband is in shock that I'm flirting bad with his best friend in his adult life. Then I get up and meet my husband by the door. Then I stood there and let Mr. Shadow touch me too long. Then I crossed the line for my husband, just too long of a kiss goodbye to a person that is not my husband. A savage reminder to my husband that other men want me. Then he gave me a reminder that led to medical bills. I don't want to spoil it for you, but each bill was a reminder that I need to decide. My behavior was not fair to him. His behavior was not fair to me. This is not love, not a love that I want to show my son. Dropping my husband off at the ER the first day of 2021 is not love. It's time to move on. The following Sunday, I went to church. The next chapter, I was going to need a spiritual guidance. I was going to need as much spiritual guidance as possible. Sitting trying to find myself in a pew. The last time I was in church was after my sexual assault in 2005. Memories of my best friend and I sitting in the pew trying to make the pain stop. Look at the girls that look like me at that age, knowing that the world is going to jade them. They move to music unaware that there are predators everywhere. Wolves in sheep's clothing. My phone lighting up. Mr. Shadows was worried. I cannot do this. When I care, I care. He had become my best friend, and I just broke my husband's heart with inappropriate conversations with another old friend. Now someone he trusts might be trying to take the green light. I am making a mess of things. All I want to do is watch my son get preyed on, hoping that something greater will protect me. His mom is weak, ragged, and worn. Cover him, Lord. My prayer with my eyes closed. Taking in every moment of this, sitting with my childhood best friend, my son meeting her sons. They instantly get along, just like we do. My dream came true. My kids getting to play with my childhood friends' kids. One done, and there is a long list. My hope for Danny is that he will have a huge support system like I do. My fire friends are a group of kids that saved each other when we were incredibly young. In this moment, I was getting to watch my son start to make his own memories. My tears were joyful for the first time in years. That Sunday, I told him once more that my insecurity lured these men into my web, and I tricked them and played with their feelings. And honestly, would have done the very thing. Honestly, they have done the very thing to me. And it's nice to hear all those boys that used to tease me, dig through my purse, take my pencils, try to tip me off, try to trip me, try to trip me. Feeling rejection from them when I was a young girl stuck with me. Being a girl that always felt not good enough anymore, the universe gave the two boys that seemed to dig at me the most over the years, getting me through with more attention than I get from my husband. My husband does not desire me in a heart to heart connection. My soul has not changed. In these moments, I awaken to the hard truth that he does not speak my love language. It's a language that is sweet, tender, and kind. Love is patient. Love is kind. When I was a little girl, I would read the Bible, the part of the Bible that talks about love. During this time in my life, my mind travels back to those words that I would read in my bedroom alone, reading and dreaming about love, hoping, waiting, wishing that God would bring me a love like that, in which He describes. I knew that love is not what I was living. My husband lives the idea of me, a good wife, someone to hold him down. However, over the years, his words have held me down. My love for the little lost boy was real. It still is. My heart is tender to little lost boys because of my dad. I'm going to cut this out loud. I forgive him repeatedly. The, his, my husband loves the idea of me, a good wife, someone to hold him down. However, over the years, his words have held me down. I will forgive him repeatedly. This time is the last time. It is it is time to get my purse and leave this table. I cannot save anyone if I do not save myself. That is chapter 18, and next we go into chapter 19. And then we were reading chapter 18. Here we are.